Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to the Living in Utah live question and answer session here on Thursday evening. I try to perform this every single Thursday at 8 p.m. Mountain Time. It's an opportunity. You're welcome to ask any kind of questions that you may have, whether it's on the state of Utah, real estate, you name it, whatever your topic is, moving to the state, moving to the United States. I've had some people join me from outside of the United States on a few occasions. So it's always great to get viewership from around the world. I get very, very intrigued. So had a Zoom call with somebody from Algeria who actually was on the show here 2 or 3 weeks ago. And first person I've talked to in Algeria. So it very exciting. So learned a lot about culture and food items also. So it was very entertaining. State of Utah right now, we are, as far as the weather goes, in northern Utah. Today was about a 88, 89 degree day. Nice day. Great day to go outside and whatever your favorite activity is. Today was one of the great days to do it. It's going to warm up a little bit on the weekend. We will be in the 90 degree range in northern Utah. And on Monday, we are going to cool off a little bit, drop back down to maybe 75, 80 degrees, which is a little bit below normal for this time of year. Southern Utah, they are experiencing close to 100 degree temperatures right now. So the tourist sites also, our national parks, they are reporting record number of visitors. And I thought it might drop off a little bit. There's with, high fuel prices. There was quite a few people that visited Utah during COVID. It was one of the states that was open. So some of the states that were closed, like Disneyland was closed. Some people decided, well, we'll go to one of the national parks in Utah for a vacation, and some other places they went to. But our national parks are receiving a lot of tourists at the current moment. They are reporting very good numbers. So, and like I say, I'm a little surprised with that when I heard that. There was a report out today that gasoline consumption around the United States has actually dropped off due to they're saying because of the high gas prices. That's mostly what's going on in Utah. If you are curious about the economy, tomorrow the inflation numbers are due to be released. The experts that study that particular field say that the numbers will not be pretty. Another month of inflation numbers. So, well, good morning. I think it is about 5 a.m. where you're at. Early. I actually get up around that time. So it's 8 p.m. right now for me, though. The inflation numbers are not projected to be very good. And that makes sense. I just don't see it going down anytime soon here. We are still got high fuel prices. So it all relates back to corporate America businesses. They're struggling with high fuel prices, high transportation costs, high labor costs. There has been no break. There is a break in lumber prices have fallen dramatically. I've heard lumber is doing really good, or pricing wise has come down considerably. And some of that's due to the fact that new construction has taken a dip around the country. I heard that steel metal prices are still up. So that has not come down yet, but I would imagine that the commercial industry with the higher loan rates, I would imagine the commercial industry is probably going to see some downfall over the next year also. So I've got a little bit of statistics for you on what's happening in the state of Utah. But so inflation numbers are tomorrow. If the numbers don't look pretty, Federal Reserve will be meeting. Possibility they may raise interest rates. So That's kind of how it goes. So we'll probably see higher interest rates down the road. So, housing market in Utah, just particularly in Utah. Let's pull up a screen here. Okay. Give an idea what's happening in the state of Utah right now. So this comes right from what we call utahrealestate.com. This is their data. The graph there is a little bit difficult to understand. I prefer the box graph. I think it's a little simpler. As we stand now, the number of listings entered into the system. I have to kind of block out June a little bit because we're only 9 days in, so that particular number is not a final number. But last month we had about 6,361 listings, and the previous month about 5,689 listings that were entered into the system for sale, and this would be all price ranges. I was just looking before I came downstairs this evening, and we're about 5,900 right now. But my main thing is we're pretty much almost at the levels pre-COVID. 2018, 2019, May of that time, we were about 66 to 7,000. So we were 6,300 last month. April, about 5,800 to 6,100 pre-COVID, and 5,600. So we're lagging a little bit behind where we were at before COVID, but we're getting back to those numbers. We are getting back to those numbers. You can see some of the drop off, and I remember this very well back during the winter months, January and February, 3,000 homes. I saw it actually drop below 3,000. There's some weeks below 3,000 homes. We were 2,900, 2,800. And that's an average for the whole month. So, but currently for this month, we're 2,286. We're on the 9th. So if same amount of homes got listed, we would be about 6,600 for the rest for the month, which would put us higher even before pre-COVID. So numbers. So interesting. And here's a graph that illustrates that active listings. So in the blue here is 2022, and this is the rate, the increase, and 2021 is right below. So we are like this particular time, say June the 4th, we are this year about 5,900 homes. In 2021, we were 3,000 homes. So our inventory is increasing, actually straight spiral up. And what I take from this is this right here, pretty much when we started hitting around probably March is when interest rates started climbing. March, April, and May is when we saw interest rates climbing. And I personally believe that's a direct correlation to why we're seeing more homes on the market. Well, two reasons. Number one would be the interest rates, and the other, there are some people that wanted to sell their house. Some people aren't as keen to sell it during the winter months, so they prepare for the springtime. They paint their home during the winter and do touch-ups, et cetera, put new carpet in. And I think number two, there's a segment of people who are feeling over the last 3 to 4 months that the market might be at the top. We might be at the top of the market, and they want to get their home sold before, in case we do see price decreases. So active listings, breaking it down by different counties. So, and this is another telltale sign that I pick up on that the real estate market in Utah is cooling off. It is cooling off. The amount of homes that were under contract. So this time last year, if we pick, I don't know, up here, we were 8,500 homes under contract to be sold. And this year during the same time period, let me pick the same period, we're about 7,900, about 500 homes less. So we are seeing a consistently lower amount of homes that are under contract. Not a huge drop off, but it is lower than the previous year. So And we're actually getting back to maybe some of the numbers that we were seeing maybe 3 years ago. So the number of homes under contract. So we're starting to see pretty consistent numbers, but possibly decrease. There is a decrease. Okay. So when we look at the total number of sold homes, under contract is one thing. That's the potential that it might be sold, but people back out of contracts. Maybe financing doesn't go through. Maybe there's a problem with the home itself. People pull out. Sold listings are uh, what actually has closed, funded, new owner. And we are seeing pretty much decreases since April. So last year we were about 4,300 sold for the month. Now we're 3,900. That was in April. Then in May, we also dropped down from about 4,100 to 4,000. And currently we are 4,876 last year. And currently we have 910 that have actually closed and sold. And we're a third of the way through the month. So if we tripled that, we would be at about 3,000 homes, maybe 32, 33, maybe stretch it to 3,500 homes. I still think it's going to be far, far short of where we were in 2021. So, but you can see a pattern here where the amount of homes sold has dropped off somewhat. So that's kind of what's happening in our particular market. And so we are seeing, and that's very similar to what's happening around the country in most states that I have conversations with other agents. So, yeah. Did you watch the Ice Hockey World Championship games? Are you referring to the NHL in the United States? I did not. Ice hockey is not one of my sports. I probably never watch it on TV. I do enjoy if I can catch a game down in Las Vegas, watch the Las Vegas Knights play. I do like watching it live. But yeah, ice hockey really isn't one of my games. So I don't follow it too close. Yeah, inventory rising, 100% correct. Yes, we are seeing inventory rising. I don't think that's going to change much. I don't think we're going to go back down. I don't think we're going back down anytime, possibly not this year. I don't see interest rates going down. The inventory level, I don't see decreasing, mostly because of the interest rates. And the number of homes sold, I see decreasing too. And I think new construction is going to take a hit all around the country, which worries me a little bit. As builders slow down, if they can't sell the homes as fast and they start backing off on the amount of homes that they're building, it will put us in a glut for the future. We are already short homes in the United States. That's one of the problems we have in the real estate market is we haven't been building enough homes to keep up with the demand around the country, mostly due to 2008, 9, 10, where builders were almost at a standstill, very few homes being built, pretty much dried up. And even when we got into 2011, 12, 13, construction, I mean, it picked up, but not to the level that we needed it to pick up. So now, if we do go into a downturn with it, I think long term, there's going to be home shortages again. So when people are, building, but I think interest rates are going to continue climbing for now. So I think the if you want to call them the good days of 3% loans and below 3% is probably dwindling away. Yes, Utah's still having a shortage of workers, 100%. We had the latest report, our unemployment rate was under 2%. 2%, very low. Extremely low. Every industry that I come across, whatever field somebody works in, from service industry to defense contractors to tech companies, skilled help is hard to find. Skilled help is hard to find. So, do you know a good company in Salt Lake area that does concrete driveway repair? I'm sure I do. I'd have to look in my database. Couple things on concrete repair. Are you referring to? So there's companies out there that will, if you've got sunken concrete, they will like inject this foam stuff underneath it and raise the concrete back up. Or are you looking for somebody to cut it out and reconcrete it? If you are looking for somebody to cut it out and reconcrete it, that's a challenge. Smaller jobs, we have a concrete shortage. That's the bottom line. There's a concrete shortage. So most of your concrete contractors are being limited to a certain amount of concrete or a certain amount of days per week that they can order concrete. And basically, I think they're saving some of that for bigger jobs that they're doing, and maybe complete driveways or stuff like that. There's just a shortage of concrete right now. So it's home builders, everybody. Concrete is high demand. Let's see, Joel. Cracks and sunken. Okay. Not too sure. I don't know if they can repair cracks. I think they can fill cracks. Sunken concrete, I've seen them. So they like drill holes in your concrete and they inject like this foam stuff and it raises your concrete and the foam stays underneath it. I've had conversations with many people that have had this procedure done and, totally pleased with it. Does leave, little marks where they drill down, they fill it so it doesn't quite match the same color as what your concrete is. Of course, trying to match concrete colors is difficult. But as far as doing cracks, but yeah, I know a couple people that do the raise the concrete. I'm not too sure if they do anything with the cracks in concrete though. So I don't have my phone down here. I shut my phone off this time of night when I do this. I don't have my phone down here to even look something, but I'll get back with you on that for sure. Yep. Concrete is expensive right now. If you are looking at having concrete done, I mean, along with the shortage, the price is through the roof. So, and I actually have heard rumors that, so for a time being there, a lot of our freeways, interstates were being built out of concrete. They found it more cost effective than blacktop, and it has now changed. We are going back to installing blacktop roads. So, and if they I've even seen it where they've added lanes and it's been concrete, and the added lanes though are blacktop. So, yeah, the cost of concrete has gone up. So, I think one of the things that's kept maybe blacktop down a little bit, there's a lot of recycled blacktop now. When they have the ability now, when they churn it up, take the old blacktop out, they chip it all up to small sections, and they usually mix it back into the big burning plant to make asphalt with fresh asphalt. And so you have kind of like, I guess, recycled asphalt with new asphalt going together, and they use that. So that probably has kept the price of blacktop lower, while concrete has risen. Any more questions this evening before I call it an evening? Some great questions. Osmo here is joining us from Algeria, 5 a.m. in the morning. Very skilled worker. If you know anyone who he speaks 2 languages, so I believe Arabic and French. So if you know a company that is looking for somebody that can be a translator, let me know. I'll forward Osmo's information to you. I would have to double check on the 2 languages though, but I believe it's Arabic and French. So very skilled, very, very skilled. So, okay, I'm going to call it an evening. Thank you. Be back again next week. Have a new video coming out. Probably won't make it for tomorrow, but it will be for Saturday. Very interesting one too. I took it from an article that was produced. The state of Utah was not mentioned in the article. So thought it'd be a very interesting article. Thank you.